predators can crush a person to death. Now, meet a woman who dares to dance with snakes. Watch. This cowboy's rough ride landed him in the rodeo record books and in the emergency room. Donna Block is about to have a heart attack. How do we know? Because this doctor is going to give her one.
It hurts. It hurts.
These infants can't even talk yet, but they're getting just what they want by using sign language.
I love you.
It's the crude fashion accessory that gave women curves. Now this Victorian secret is making a comeback. Fred and Kiva are a happy couple with a dangerous passion. Now, an inside look at their most explosive performance. Unbelievable? Believe it. On Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome to Ripley's. There's a South American village where the people form a bizarre bond with snakes. Not only do they hold and hug boa constrictors, they share their bed with them. Yeah. They strike without warning, attacking with a crushing blow, suffocating their prey in seconds. What's more, these monster snakes can swallow a person whole in less than a minute. But there's one man in the Peruvian jungle who not only handles these killers, he sleeps with them. Here in the hot and humid towns along the Amazon River, life is simple, but definitely not easy. Just getting by can be a daily struggle. If it weren't for the boats, bringing tourists well-stocked with cameras and cash, many locals would have a hard time feeding and taking care of their families. But Macios Pineda, who has a wife and several children to look after, is doing better than most. Even though his remote home is nearly 4 hours from the nearest city, his exotic collection of wild animals, like this baby leopard and this three-toed sloth, helps guarantee that at least a few visitors will drop by, gladly leaving some change behind for photo opportunities like these. But Macios has a surprise in store. These docile creatures are nothing compared to these prized pets. Nearly a dozen boa constrictors and a giant 18-foot anaconda. Although he prods these snakes into action, they're actually domesticated, and this is how he does it. He sleeps with them.
Cuando era así pequeño, desde mis 10 años.
Macios, who grew up in the jungle, says he's been sleeping with snakes since he was 10 years old. His grandfather taught him that if he sleeps with a snake every night for 3 weeks, he will become its master. He's been doing it ever since, never knowing if, during the night, one of these constrictors will suddenly turn deadly and wrap itself tightly around his body until his bones literally break. He's in the process of domesticating 7 boas, but has had up to 30 at a time in his bed before. His wife chooses to sleep in another room with the children whenever the snakes are in training. Macios has been bitten 8 times, and though boas aren't venomous, he warns they are incredibly strong. He often wrestles with them, forcing them to a point of exhaustion so that they will, in his words, learn who's master. But it's harder to tell who's in control when he and his pet anaconda wrestle in the river. This powerfully built snake weighs 150 pounds. That's more than Macios himself. But the anaconda has also been taught that Macios is in charge, at least for now. Macios is so sure of his ability to tame reptiles like these, he calmly allows them to coil around his torso, even his head. Macios isn't the only one who can subdue snakes. Not far away, this teenage girl has also formed a mysterious connection with the creatures of the Amazon. Only her method of taming these reptiles isn't to domesticate them, it's to charm them with music and with dance. Olga Tiwal and her family live in the city of Iquitos, a frontier town of 300,000. When they're not in school, Olga and her little brother and sister work in their parents' gift shop, making beaded lampshades, bracelets, and rain sticks. All the materials they work with can be found nearby, including the vertebrae of serpents like the boa and the anaconda. But if you ask Olga, she'll tell you that she prefers working with live snakes instead.
Yo no los consigo, ¿no? Es mi papá quien los consigue.
Her father brings them home after finding them in the fields or while fishing. Olga tames them, feeds them, even lives with them. But most importantly, she says she teaches them to be caring and to love people. And she is well known in Iquitos for calming those who fear snakes by performing a special dance with anacondas. It is called the Dance of the Warming. The dance tells the story of a woman born in the jungle, surrounded by anacondas. This woman lived all alone, with only the snakes to care for. There are 3 phases of the dance. It starts off slowly, as Olga picks up the snake and caresses it. As the music gets faster, she begins to dance around the snake. She then dances down a pathway, the striped anaconda draped around her neck. She heads into town in the crowded plaza, encouraging onlookers to approach her and even reach out to the snake. She believes that whomever touches the snake will have good luck. Some people are shocked that Olga would let the snake get this close, watching her as it grazes her body. But the real shock is yet to come, after Olga has left the plaza and returns to the jungle. With the music now soft and calming, she leans back in complete surrender. What happens next is almost unimaginable. Olga brings the snake to her mouth, opens it, and places its head inside. She does this because she believes it helps the creature understand her, even communicate with her. Finally, the dance is completed. The snake is free to slither away in the darkness as Olga carefully makes her way back to town. It is a journey she has taken since she was a young girl, and one she vows she will take until she is an old woman. Both Olga and Macias have not only conquered their fear of snakes, they have made them an integral part of their lives. And they plan to continue to challenge these snakes and cheat death, no matter how great the risk.
A little leaf here, a little leaf there. Take a little leaf.
Get the latest HCL Leap Top